and that we have to figure out a way to stand up, and the fact that people are peacefully protesting is good. And we've got to really just figure out a way.
The New Republic has a theory that Donald Trump may have contracted syphilis in the 1980s, around the time he looked like this. And Melania looked like this.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters.
The only dead pet I know about is the one on your head. Chelsea Handler just went nuclear on Trump's hair during her latest TV appearance, and the audience couldn't stop laughing. From his melting spray tan to his mysterious hair situation, Handler picked apart Trump's appearance piece by piece like a comedy surgeon. Want to see exactly how she dismantled the former president's carefully crafted image? You're in the right place. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever wonder what happens when a comedian treats a former president's body like a comedy dissection class? Chelsea Handler just gave us a masterclass. When most comedians go after Trump, they might take a quick jab at his fake tan or weird hair and move on. Not Handler. She went full comedy surgeon on him, methodically picking apart his entire physical appearance with the precision of someone who's been saving up these insults for years. Handler didn't waste time attacking Trump's policies or personality. Plenty of comedians do that. Instead, she chose a different path, using his physical appearance as her comedy canvas.
The New Republic has a theory that Donald Trump may have contracted syphilis in the 1980s, around the time he looked like this. And Melania looked like this.
To make sure he's accountable for everything he does and says. I feel like it's one thing that he won the presidency, fine, okay, I accept that.
Or a black guy wiretapped your deluxe apartment in the sky. First on my list of favorite things about Trump, syphilis.
It's like she walked up to Trump with a clipboard and started a full-body roast inventory, checking off each physical feature one by one. What makes Handler's approach so brutal is how she transforms Trump from a powerful political figure into nothing more than a collection of bizarre physical quirks. She started with his infamous orange complexion, comparing him to a man who lost a wrestling match with a bag of Cheetos. Just picture that for a second. Trump rolling around on the floor while those little orange snacks beat him into submission, leaving their dust all over him. But Handler wasn't done with the orange jokes. She suggested he looks like the world's first human traffic cone. You know those bright orange cones they put on roads to warn you about danger ahead? According to Handler, that's basically Trump's whole vibe.
I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you stay categorically?
You are fake news.
Go home to mommy. Go home. Bye. Go home to mommy.
And that we have to figure out a way to stand up, and the fact that people are peacefully protesting is good. And we've got to really just figure out a way.
Syphilis can also make you irritable and manic.
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you
No,
give
I'm
us
not
a
gonna give you
question?
But as the saying goes, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it probably fucked some questionable models in the 80s.
A walking, talking warning sign with tiny hands. The spray tan assault continued when Handler theorized that Trump's strange coloring isn't even a tan at all, but the result of a tragic accident involving a self-tanner factory and an out-of-control leaf blower. The mental image alone is worth the price of admission. Trump wandering into some industrial accident where gallons of orange goop get blasted onto him by powerful fans. After thoroughly dismantling his orange glow, Handler moved on to perhaps his most distinctive feature, that mysterious hairstyle that's puzzled the nation for decades. She described Trump's hair as a science experiment gone horribly wrong and a squirrel caught in a wind tunnel while holding onto a family of blonde guinea pigs. It's like she's suggesting his hair might actually be sentient.
I am pro-life.
Hillary Clinton, I think, is a terrific woman.
Replenish the Social
Such a nasty
Security
woman.
Trust Fund.
I never said repeal and replace Obamacare. You've all heard my speeches. I never said repeal it and replace it within 64 days.
Exhibit B, visual problems and squinting. Exhibit C, trouble walking and loss of athletic prowess.
Not just men and women have to stick together. I think if this has shown us anything, it's that the worst thing or the most unthinkable thing can happen.
The symptoms of syphilis are Exhibit A, patchy hair loss.
Desperately holding on for dear life every time he steps outside. The fashion choices weren't safe either. Handler tore into Trump's oversized suits that look like a combination of a parachute and a tablecloth from Mar-a-Lago. His entire wardrobe appears designed to hide something, whether it's his actual body shape or perhaps something more sinister. Even his absurdly long ties got skewered, with Handler wondering if he's hiding classified documents down there. Given his history with classified materials, that joke hits a bit too close to home. Even his signature facial expression couldn't escape Handler's comedy scalpel. That pouty, squinty look Trump always has. Handler asked why he always looks like he just bit into a lemon and realized it was actually a battery. It's that perfect combination of surprise, discomfort, and confusion that seems permanently etched on his face. What makes Handler's takedown so effective is how it chips away at the carefully manufactured image Trump has built over decades.
Syphilis also gives you megalomania, narcissism, and delusions of grandeur.
I'm really rich.
I'm like a smart person. I beat China all the time.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do.
I know words. I have the best words.
I have a winning temperament. I know how to win.
I'm the least racist person.
Nobody builds walls better than me, believe me.
And finally, syphilis can impair your judgment and memory, which might make someone forget things that they've said in the past.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters.
This is a man who's obsessed with appearances. The gold-plated everything, the carefully styled hair, the power suits. Handler basically suggests it's all fake, from his artificially colored skin to his bizarre hairstyle to his ill-fitting clothes. She strips away the veneer of wealth and sophistication to reveal what she sees as nothing more than a poorly assembled human costume. The comedy works because it targets Trump's biggest vulnerability, his vanity. For someone who's spent his entire life crafting a specific image of success and power, being reduced to a walking punchline about bad spray tans and weird hair has got to sting more than political criticism ever could. Handler's strategic takedown of Trump's appearance isn't just about landing cheap jokes. As she's explained herself, focusing on his physical traits actually reveals deeper truths about the chaos and deception that defines his character.
Syphilis can also make you have paranoid thoughts, like the mainstream media is out to get you, or all Mexicans are rapists.
Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here.
Now, I'm not a doctor, so I can't claim Donald Trump has syphilis because of laws.
We will be able to immediately repeal and replace Obamacare.
I'm very pro-choice.
When she dismantles his outward appearance, she's really exposing the phoniness of his entire political persona. A masterclass in using comedy as political commentary. So, next time someone questions why comedians go low with physical mockery, remember that audiences connect with these jokes because they cut through the political noise. Handler isn't just making fun of orangey skin, she's highlighting absurdities that words alone can't capture. If you liked watching Trump get verbally undressed by Chelsea's comedy, hit that subscribe button. It's right there, not hiding under an extra long tie. And remember, sometimes the best way to deal with the orange menace is through a good laugh. That's one thing even grumpy Trumpy can't control.